Alright, boys. It's time to start the simulation. That's right, year 4. It's going to be a good year, I hope. My god, I got 4 away games to start the season. God damn. Alright. In our last video, we edited the lines, so we're good to go. Just going to set up our scout and our, hang on a sec, and our trading block for Lyles and Boychuk. They've been great for us, but it's time to let them go. Time to cut them loose. Maybe we can get a second round pick or a first round pick, maybe even for Lyles. His trading value is good. Boychuk. Alright, there you go. Draft picks, I want early rounds. And I only want youth and prospects. That's right. Oh. There we go. Alright. And the scout. Let's send the scout out. Bam. Where should we send him? Let's send him to good old USA this time. Nobody in the friggin'... they don't even have anybody in the first round. Come on now. Alright, never mind that. Back to good old Canada. Let's go to QM. Oh, I went to ignore changes. I'm an idiot. Hang on. QMJHL, 6 weeks, update. There you go. Alright. Alright, boys. So, let's start this simulation up. And because, just like last year, I mean, we almost didn't make the playoffs, but that was after the trade. Pretty sure after 82 games we'll be a playoff team. So, and I'm not going to change the team much, so I'm just going to simulate pretty much to the end of the season. Just let it go by, you know, see what happens. But what I want to talk about in this video is there was a trade that happened, and it was kind of under the radar. Like, a lot of people aren't talking about it, and to me, it's pretty big. I don't know if it's just because it affects the Toronto Maple Leafs huge, especially for the next 10 years or whatever, if he decides to stay. But the Ottawa Senators traded for Kyle Turris from the Phoenix Coyotes. They had to give up David Rundblad, who's a defenseman. I don't know too much about him. I got to see one game, I think, this year when Ottawa faced Toronto, and he had a wicked-ass pass. It was like from behind his own net all the way up to our blue line, sprung a breakaway. The guy went in and scored. That's why I remember his name. And a second round. So they gave up Rundblad and a second round for Kyle Turris. And Kyle Turris, oh my god, look at that. Isn't that perfect? That's the best segue I've ever seen in my life. David Rundblad. He is going on waivers. Well, we can check him out right here, can't we? Alright, so he's 24 in this game. But that 3 years, so he's 21 now, basically. This is perfect. He's 21 now. Offensive defenseman, apparently. He's a first round. Okay, so he went in the first round, 17th overall in the 2009 draft. Okay, so they got a first rounder back for Kyle Turris and a second round pick. Okay, so that makes a bit more sense. I'm sure in this he hasn't grown to what he might in real life, but a first rounder, anyone who's drafted in the first round, in my opinion, they have the potential. They know how to play hockey, right? The scouts are not stupid. You've obviously played enough hockey to get noticed to go in the first 30 picks, so it's in you. It's just if you want to work hard enough, I guess. But that's perfect. So he's Swedish. First round, though, 17th overall. Okay, so this is the guy that Ottawa traded for Kyle Turris. Man, that was amazing. That was amazing. No, we're okay. And the reason, like, I like it because I'm a fan of hockey. And you don't get to see what have I always said about some of those American teams. I'm sorry, boys. I'm not hating on your city, but Phoenix, are you kidding me? How many times have they threatened, or not threatened, but how many times has it been in the news that they might lose the team? They still might lose the team. And it's just Shane Doan. I feel sorry for him down there. Kyle Turris, he pulled the good old Eric Lindros or Danny Heatley, where he let ownership know he didn't want to play there. They took a while to sign in the offseason. He actually missed the first, I don't know how many games he missed because they couldn't come to a contract. Then they did come to a contract, and he got traded. Now, why it's big for Toronto is because he's a 3rd overall pick. He's a former 3rd overall pick, boys. That's right. I mean, Phil Kessel, Phil the Thrill, he went 5th overall by Boston. So, I mean, the top 5 are potential superstars. Kyle Turris, he's only 22 years old. This is his 4th season in the NHL. Okay? 4th or 5th. I think it's the 4th. And his first year, he only played like 3 games. They didn't bring him up. His second year, he played 60 games. His third year, he played 60 games. So he hasn't had a full-on season yet. I don't know if that's because of injuries or it's just because he was young. They brought him up, they sent him down. I don't know what they did with him. But he's only 22 years old. I mean, he still has 3 more years to go before he hits his prime, before he hits his stride. So if he does develop into what they thought he would when they drafted him, anyone who's drafted in the top 3, I mean, you're expected to almost be a franchise player. I mean, you can go back to the list of top three overall picks, and they're studs. I mean, yeah, you might have your flop here and there, but for the most part, studs, future Hall of Famers. So this is a big move for Ottawa because it seems to me like Jason Spezza does want to stay with Ottawa. I thought that once Danny Heatley left, like they all were on the bandwagon once Ottawa was doing amazing when the shootout was introduced, and they went to the final, and then they got destroyed by Anaheim. But everyone seemed to sign that like 7-year deal. I remember Alfredson Spezza and what was his name, Heatley. They all signed like 7-8-year multi-million-dollar contracts, and it was like, oh great, here we go. And then it was the seasons of, oh, remember all the private meeting seasons and how many meetings did the Ottawa Senators having this season? And then Danny Heatley wanted a trade, and it's just falling apart. But actually, they've turned it around. I thought they weren't going to have a great season. They're a lot more competitive than I thought they were going to be. And they have some great rookies. I mean, Robin Lehner, our goaltender in this, I got him from Ottawa. So there's a young, great goaltender. I don't know if this game, he might not be as good as this game portrays him, but he's a young goalie who is expected to be good. So that's good. Erik Karlsson, who's playing like the best defender in the league right now. So defense is a very underrated position as well. And an offensive defenseman, someone who can get you that puck, trust me, power plays, just 5-on-5s, puck movement, that helps so much. Jason Spezza, who's in his prime, he's 27 or 28. He's in his prime. He's got another 3 or 4 years in his prime. He'll still be good, but, he'll lose a step when he hits his 30s. But now what Kyle Turris does is Jason Spezza can be their franchise center for the next 3-4 years, right? Their first line top center, their best center. And then in 3 or 4 years, when he maybe starts to lose a step, Kyle Turris will be 25, 26, hitting his prime. And then they'll have that center, that first-round center, ready to take Jason Spezza's place. Not saying that he will, because Jason Spezza's talented. He could stay very good until he's 35, for all I know. But to have that second center ready to go in your system, they're ready to go. They really are. And center is the key position for forwards. Yeah, wingers are great, but it all happens in the middle of the ice. Face-offs, the puck movement, the defensive awareness that you have to have as a center. Okay, wingers are nice, but centers are your key. Steve Yzerman's, Joe Sakic's, Wayne Gretzky's, Mark Messier's, all centers, okay? So, Ottawa, I think that's a great trade. And I don't know, man. I think Toronto maybe should have, because we're looking for centers. I mean, young centers. We have Kadri in the system and Colbert in the system, but Kyle Turris is Kyle Turris. And to me, it's, you know what? After seeing David Rundbland, it does make a bit more sense seeing his stats, because I didn't know where this guy was drafted. But to me, it seemed like, wow, 3rd overall pick who's only 22 years old, who hasn't proven himself yet, who hasn't had a full season to really prove himself, who hasn't played on a good team. I mean, the guy's Canadian and he's playing down in Phoenix. As much as you probably say to yourself, oh, I'm playing in the NHL, that's great. You want to play in a hockey market, man. If you're a Canadian, you want to play in a Canadian city, or you want to play in a Northern American city like Detroit or Boston or maybe even Chicago, somewhere where hockey is really hot. Phoenix, are you kidding me? It's not a hockey city. I mean, yes, you have your few fans, but you don't have your millions of fans. I mean, if the Leafs make the playoffs this year, and I'm not saying that they will, I'm saying if they do, watch the ratings for the Leaf games. The ratings for CBC Hockey Night in Canada are going to go wacko, okay? It's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be like Jesus Christ came down and, you know what I mean? The resurrection of it's, oh my God. I can't even describe in words what it's going to be like when Toronto makes the playoffs again. How wacko this whole city and all the cities around it. Toronto is huge. Even Ottawa is huge. And Kyle Turris in Ottawa, it's just, I don't know. They're going to be a team that in the next year or two, I'm not even, like, even this year, they're doing good. But in the next year or two, if he turns out to what he was drafted, like, if he turns out to what he should, they're going to be a good team, man. They have everything in place. Goaltender, defenseman, centers, all right? And then, oh, my God. Daniel Alfredsson, though, I don't know. Do you think he could stay around for another, do you think he's young enough that he could stay around for another rebuild for Ottawa? You know, I hate Daniel Alfredsson because I'm a Leaf fan, but you know what? I love him, I must say. I know it's sacrilege, but there's something about him. You got to respect the guy. He's a funny mofo, you know? Well, I remember back when we were playing against Matt Sundin and back then, Robin Regeer, they're putting on waivers. Hang on, this guy's 87 overall. 37, all right, 34. Yeah, I'm going to pick him up. You know why? Because I'm going to make some trades at the trade deadline. Because no one's approached me for Lyles and Boychuk yet. I'm going to sign this guy and trade him at the deadline. Yes, player will be placed in minors. Robin Regeer, there we go. Look, he's 87 overall because what did I say about defensive category? It's weighted very, very heavily. All right. And look at our record, boys. What did I say? There's not too much to do here. Scout assignment. There ain't too much to do now. This is why I'm just talking crazy about the Ottawa Senators, the Leafs, rambling on here. But I know my team is good. There's not much to do. We're 40-12. Jesus Christ. What a season we're having. So, I mean, you don't touch the team. Oh, God. Okay, you know, we'll see. Oh, they want to trade Rundbland and Brian Lee for John Michael Lyles. Hang on a second. We could have got Rundbland from waivers, but let's see Brian Lee. Oh, he's 27 now. No, 2 defensemen who are 81 overall. No, thank you. All right, Kovalchuk, Thornton. Kovalchuk's having a 30-goal year. Thornton, 45 assists. What I say, keep those guys together. John Michael Lyles for R. McDonough. Let's see who that guy is. He had pretty good trade value. Ryan McDonough, 25. 83 overall. Ooh. Holy crap. They want to trade this guy to me? Look at his athleticism in defense. He's a two-way oh, my God. Yeah, I'm going to do this. This guy's 25 years old. How much is his contract and for how long? Chipchura, yeah, that's John Michael. It's pretty much straight up. John Michael Lyles for McDonough. Hang on, let's see his contract. 1 year, 2.7. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, yep, it's gone through. It's gone through. Build for the future. That's a good trade, man. Yeah, it's weird because I'm full of defensemen now, but oh man, what should I do? No, you know what? I'm not touching the team though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, McDonough. Oh, I can't send him down to the minors because he's a one-way contract. Shit! Didn't think about that. All right, well, you can't play. Oh, my God. I wonder if adding him on the team now is going to mess with the chemistry. Chipchura and McDonough. Whatever. They're not dressed or anything. And Chipchura has 1 year left. Okay, that's fine. Not all of your AHL lines have the best. Okay, so best lines for AHL. Don't worry about that. That was my AHL best lines. All right, let's continue the simulation. We'll go to the trade deadline. Then we got to put on the brakes because this video is kind of getting long here. And I'm actually going to go for a sip of my Canadian water. There we go. Ah, yeah. Come on, there we go. No, they should put in the next game. I wish you could have, like when you're simulating like this, if you highlight a game, you could simply press like one button and it flips goaltenders for you. I wish you didn't have to go into edit lines and to switch your goalie to come back and switch him out because the auto save goes on. I mean, it literally takes 20 seconds, 25 seconds, 30 seconds to just change your backup to your normal. I mean, you don't think that is a lot, but if you're simulating like I am, and you expect in 30 seconds to simulate a week, and it takes, you know, if you have back-to-back games, you want to switch from your first to your second to get your first back for the third game. I mean, good God. You're just going to be sitting there watching screen. So I think they should have it where next game, say I'm coming up to Boston right here, and it highlights the day, press Y, it shows like the backups in net or your first strings in net. I don't know. There's little things like that I think they could add to this game. Make it a lot more accessible. All right. Actually, we lost a couple games there. Maybe I have fooled with the chemistry. Oh, no. No, we're still a great team. You know, we actually might be a 60-win team this year. Good God. 60 wins. We can only afford 22 losses for 60 wins. We're up to 16 losses, so, I mean, yeah. If we go 12 and 6, we can do it, man. We could be a 60-win team. Dear God. Unbelievable. Simulate one more day. There you go. So before the trade deadline, boys, we're a 50-win team. 50, 13, and 3. Have I built the franchise nice and good? Yeah, it was hard getting rid of Boychuk and Lyles there, but I think Gardner and Ollie were ready to go. Yakupov, ready to go. Josephson, Colburn, all ready to go. Yes, we're good to go now. Kovalchuk, 40 goals before the trade deadline. Thornton, 62 assists. Told you we got to keep those guys together. All right, goals against average. There we go. Look, Lehner's playing every game, but now he's second in the league in goals against average. Woohoo! Save percentage. No, he's not up there. So it's definitely our defense that's winning us games. Because if Lehner was winning us games, the save percentage would be a bit higher. But oh wait, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I didn't even see him there. He is fourth. My God, my bad, Lehner. I doubted you, but you're fourth in save percentage and second in goals against. Woohoo! You're taking home all types of hardware this year. He already has a 50-win season. My God, he might have a 60-win season as a goalie. First time ever. Points. Crosby. Yeah, what else is new? But Kovalchuk is tied with him. 81. Joe Thornton's down there with 76. There we go. Two guys in the top 5. Way to go. So our defense, goal scoring, and goaltending all coming together. And this is what happens. Assists. Joe Thornton with 62. Goals. Kovalchuk with 40. Leads the league. Way to go. Way to go. Team standings. We already have 103 points. Montreal is in second with 85. Who does Montreal have? They dropped like Gomez, Gianta, Markov. It's all Price. It's all Price and Subban. That whatever. Good job, man. Price is awesome. All right, Western. Looks like that. So the closest team to me is San Jose. 91 points. 12 points behind me. Trade deadline, boys. We have 1, 4, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 games left. We have 16 games left. So if we go... we can go 10-6. We'll be a 60-win team. 10-6. We can definitely do that. So, do you think we're going to be a 60-win team, boys? Comment below. Let me know. All right? For Johnny Superb Man and the Great Domsky, the Devils are the new best team in the universe. Ha ha ha.